Hello everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and today I'm sharing this cute little Halloween treat box. And September has already creeped up on us, and next month will be Halloween, so I thought I'd share another Halloween project. And you know, I love to see the window. You absolutely do not have to put a window in it, but it just looks so darn cute with the little pumpkins in it. These pumpkins I got from the World Market. They had a big package actually, and I think it was like 99 cents for the whole package, and they're chocolate. And a lot of people always ask where I get my candy from, so I wanted to share that. So this is what we're making today. So I'm also using our new Halloween Night Specialty Designer Series paper, and they call it specialty because of the foil in it, and I've showed you this. I've shared it on my haul, and I've used it before too. So for this project, we are going to use our lots of labels, framelits, and I'm using the second to the largest and then the fourth from the center. So we'll be using these two. And then the stamp set I'm using is the Spooky Fun. I'm using here's a Beautiful Treat. You can use the Trick or Treat. That's really cute. And then I'm using the framelit of the Bat for this. With the coordinating set, this comes Halloween scenes. These are, you can get it as a bundle and you save 10%, but I'm just using the bat from these. So the other thing that I'm using as far as framelits go is the Project Life cards and labels. You've seen me, I used this on my last project, this tall one. Now I'm using this one right here, and I love this set because all these separate pieces you can use for box making and stuff. So this is a must-have for me. I love it. So the piece that you're going to need is going to be 7.5 by 7. We're going to do a different design for this. Oh, that's not the 7.5 by 7. This is that 7.5 by 7 here, and this is just a scrap piece to cut out the top of the box that we're going to use. So you need two pieces. And then you are also going to just need some Whisper White for our little tag. So just use some scrap Whisper White. And I think that's it. So let's get started scoring this. All right, so on the 7-inch side, so let me make sure because these are so close in size. This is the 7-inch side. We're just going to score it at 1 inch. So just score that at 1 inch. And let me remind you, on the DSP, you don't have to keep scoring back and forth. It will tear this paper. It's not like the cardstock. The cardstock is super heavy duty. So I only usually score it just once. And then on the 7.5 inch side, you're going to score it at 1/2. And then you're going to score it at 3. Now this is all done on the same side. You know, I always like to score my 1/2 inch on that side. So it's 1/2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 6.5. Okay, so that's it for our scoring. I hope you can see this because this paper is kind of busy. It's not kind of, it really is busy. And this other side is also pretty busy. So I'm going to try to show you, make this pretty clear on what we need to do. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, let's fold on our score marks so that you can see where I'm cutting here. So I'll just sharpen all these score marks. And you don't need your bone folder for the DSP. I always just use my fingers. It works perfectly. And then I guarantee the paper will not rip. And it is pretty heavy duty, but when you start really scoring this, it will go through any designer type paper. All right, so first thing we're going to cut, there's a little corner here. We're going to cut that off right there. And so this is the bottom of the box. So we're going to cut up here, the first score mark, take a little bit out. And then we're going to cut it up to this one. These are all being cut up to the first score mark. And then there's one more here. Okay, so that's the bottom. And then for this top piece, we are going to actually just leave that as it is. I was thinking, I forgot I have to cut my window and cut my little top that goes on here. So we don't need to cut anything else on here. So it's going to look like that. All right. Now, this is kind of a thing with me. I like the front part to go back. So when you cut your window in, you're going to cut it not on where our little tab is. You're going to cut it on this rectangle right here. So where the bigger part is. So then when you close it, your window is going to be in the front and this is going to be going towards the back. So I just think it looks a lot neater that way. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Big Shot. And I did forget to tell you what size window sheet you need. For the window sheet, you're going to need 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, and I'll repeat that again when we go to put it in. So I have my magnetic platform here, and we're going to have to do it. Let's fold this up. And I like to bring it down a little bit further. So let me get the smaller. You're going to use the smaller of the two for the window. We're going to place it down here. And if you need to put a little bit of washi tape to hold it in place, or a little bit of Post-it tape, do that. I'm going to just line these up with the little lines since I have lines here. And then we're going to fold this over, because we need room at the top here for our little top that goes on. All right, so then let's send that through. And while we have the Big Shot up here, we're going to do the top part also. So there's your window. And then we're going to run the other piece through. This one you don't have to be as particular with. We're going to just set that down. I like to save as much space because I can use that for something else. And then run that through. So this will be our topper. Okay, let's move this all out of the way and we're ready to put it together. Okay, here's our box. Let's bring that back in. Again, we need the window sheet. And this window sheet is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2 again. I'm going to use some fast fuse and I'm going to get my little, this silicone mat is great so it won't stick to your paper. It'll stick to that mat and it comes right off. So I'm just going to line the edges so that we can adhere our window sheet. And this really holds it. I really like the fast fuse for this. Okay, and then just lay your window sheet on top. And then you have your little window. Isn't that awesome? I just love windows and boxes. I just got a thing about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this up now. And you can use tear and tape or your fast fuse for this. I like using the fast fuse in the videos. It's just quicker. And then we're going to just fold this over. And we're going to put our ends in, and the front always goes back. So we're ready to close that up, and there you have your box. And then we're going to score this in half. It's 4 inches. We're going to score it at 2 1/2. So we just have a guide. And what I like to do is just fold it in half. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your hole punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch 2 holes in here. Again, I'm going to just try to line them up with those. This has a little bit of a guide, so I can try to make it even. And then we're going to set it on our box. And we'll be able to punch the other holes in the exact spot. So we'll just mark those there and then punch these holes. I don't like to go through all 4 layers. I don't want to ruin my punch. Okay, and we're going to grab some baker's twine. Now this is our Halloween baker's twine, and it comes, both of these come in the same pack, but we're going to use the orange and black. And I'm just going to string it through all of these. And I find if I use my little poker here, it goes through really easy. You know what? I want to put my candy in. So, no, before we do that, I also got some little pumpkins. And these are Dove pumpkins. And I thought these were cute for this because it's got the black. And there's some little black dots in there. So we're going to put these in here. I think we need more. So you can get these at your local Walmart or grocery store. That's where I got these. All right. So now let's go ahead and get this strung through. Let me do that again so you can see. I don't want to forget my candy. And then you're going to just bring it to the front, same way. Now we're not as yet going to tie this. You can just put a little knot in it, but we're not going to tie it. I'm going to cut it right here because I want enough to tie a bow. You can tie a little knot in it. Not a knot, but I usually just tie it here to close that up and get it ready. And then we're going to set it aside for a second, and we're going to punch our stamp our Here's a Beautiful Treat with some of our basic black archival. And I already did this and ran it through the Big Shot, so you all didn't have to wait and see me bring the Big Shot back up here, but I want to show you how cute it is. And then I used my Project Life, laid it on just like that, sent that through the Big Shot, and at the same time I sent my little bat through, and we have this. Okay, so now I'm ready to use some dimensionals, and I took 2 and I put 2 on here. And we're going to make sure these are down like that. We're going to set this on top here, right over the holes. And then we're going to tie a bow. And tie it tight because you want it all stained. You know what I didn't do? I totally forgot. I forgot to put adhesive on the back here. I was wondering why it was moving around so much. When you put this back part on, use some adhesive to hold it. And I totally forgot that. Look at that, makes it so much easier. And then just tie a bow here. And I like to just let the bow, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So these are hanging down some. Okay, let me clip the ends here. I got it twisted for somehow I got it twisted, but there we go. All right, and then I'm ready to put the bat on, and I'm just going to use a glue dot for that. I'm going to actually push up his wings so it looks more three-dimensional. Put a little glue dot on the back of him. And we're gonna stick it right there. And then, just for a little extra, I'm going to use my Halloween Night enamel dots. And I'm gonna grab one of the bigger ones. And we're just gonna put it right there. It just gives it that little extra something. So that is it. Isn't that adorable? I just think these are so cute. They're going to be really cute little treats to give. So here's the other one. I love this paper. I kind of favor this one, but I thought, because I love that paper. And you just use the opposite side because all this paper is double-sided, so it coordinates really good. So that's it, everyone. If you need any supplies for this project, our holiday catalog, you can order from it now. You can go to my blog at stampingwithamore.com and you can order all the supplies needed for this project. I always list all the supplies on my blog. So everyone, have a blessed day. Oh, and one more thing. If you have not subscribed to my newsletter and you'd like to get my newsletter, you can go ahead and do that on my blog also. I actually have been wanting to really get going on my newsletter, and I just started getting it going. I just put my first one out, so I'm ready to go. So everyone, have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.